What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys another video today. So today we're going to do a little bit of a recap of the stocks we've traded this week, some stocks which have obviously had some crazy movement this week, some stocks which were on my watch list, and also some stocks which may do some big movements ahead of CPI tomorrow. Now before we do that, do me a huge favor, people, and drop that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Also share, comment, and subscribe if you're new around here. So this week, my watch list out Monday pre-market, and there are a few different stocks to watch on there. One of them being UPST. UPST now dropped 35% today. That is wild. That is nuts. Funny enough, on my watch list, I said UPST, if it does continue selling off as it has been, might drop down to $57. That was my price target, $57. But look at this. It's dropped way past $57, all the way to $34. It is crazy. Don't know why they won't let me see the stock chart. Maybe it's that bad that they don't want you to see it. But yeah, UPST is one of those that suffered heavily today, dropping 34% in one day. Then check out Roblox, dropping 22% today. But we're not done. DraftKings 11% today, and Palantir 11% today. Remember, they announced earnings yesterday. We've also got Lyft coming in at 10% down, and Rivian down at 10% as well. Like I said, a lot of stocks just got smashed, the last couple of days. If we look at the gains today, anything interesting? Not sure why it's not letting me. Okay, Yahoo's acting up. Either way, as I said, I was looking at puts on Tesla this week, puts on UPST, puts on Square. And, with all these stocks, you never know what's going to happen, right? But so far, as I said, it's been a very interesting week. So let's jump into a couple of the stocks I've traded this week. I've made 3 trades this week, 3 plays. All of them hitting, so I'm 3 for 3 from this week. Good start to the week. And let's start with ExxonMobil. As you guys know, ExxonMobil, one of the stocks I trade most. I did also mention it in my last video. And in fact, you know what? Let's start with Tesla. Tesla was the first trade I took this week, so it's only right to start with Tesla. So I entered Tesla puts, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and it was just a 240 put expiring this week. Now, lo and behold, it was a pretty simple trade. So Monday, Tesla opened, started selling off pretty quickly, and before you knew it, trending below all moving averages, it pretty much gave us what we wanted in quick fashion. So I took 84% on those Tesla puts. As you can see, I've mentioned it in my watch list again, and I mentioned it in last video. It's been trading down, below the moving averages. The puts were not difficult on this one. But now, what are we looking at? We're looking for a drop all the way to 222. I mean, right now we're at 242. We're almost at my first price target of 240. But I think it's still going to get uglier with this one. Look at the moving averages. Look at the chart. It's just making lower highs and lower lows. So more blood expected for Tesla. I might not need to call this out for you. You guys know the drill now. It's pretty obvious what Tesla's going to do. Like I said, Exxon, I also traded Exxon this week. Exxon's been interesting because I took calls with this one, rightly so, as you can see. You see the 4-hour chart. And right now it's a little bit overextended. But why did I take calls with Exxon? Well, let's look closer at the chart. Go to the 15-minute chart. So I entered the calls yesterday. Moving averages crossed to the upside. It also broke above the moving average. That's the kind of price action we want. And as it pulled back to the moving average, that's when I took my chance to enter into the calls. I entered the 108 calls, and you may have seen on my Instagram I posted that the gas prices are continuing to rise. Exxon is starting to rise again, and as the market sells off, Exxon is rising. That means 2 things. 1, that Exxon seems to be doing the opposite of what the market is doing, and 2, Exxon is outperforming the market at the same time. So if you're looking for something which is on the rise while the market is selling off, Exxon looks to be your go-to right now. So as I said, I was in the 108 calls. Overnight they pushed up, ended up taking just over 200% with this. So it was a great trade again. And yeah, that was my second trade of this week. Now, looking forward, I think it's still got more room to run for those of you who are wondering. It may pull back a little bit. So my first price target with this was $110. And as you can see, we've already crushed that. Well, not crushed it, we've touched it and come back down. But I'm expecting us to push above then hit 114, and then 119, all in due time. So yeah, keep that on your radar. At the same time, it may pull back to this moving average, so back down to around 107, which is similar to where we opened the week at. So again, just be aware of that. Let's move on to the semiconductors now. I'm going to look at AMD. Why? Because I created that one again today. It's been a while since I made an AMD video, right? So AMD, you can see this pattern. Every time it pushes up to this level, it sells off. Again, sells off. So what did I expect it to do? Sell off. Down to my blue line, where it seems to not break below. So, easy trade. Let's dive into it. I told you the highs and the lows there. Alright, so AMD, I took the puts. As I mentioned, it seems to be trading, I wouldn't say in this channel, but when it gets up to that dark blue line, it sells off. And when it gets to this light blue line, it seems to hang around a bit. So what did I do? When it broke below the moving averages at open, I did get into the puts. And as I mentioned to my group, if it gets below that blue line and can hold below that light blue line, it could get very messy. Unfortunately, it did not hold below, so it came back up. But I did manage to make around 70% on the $110 puts, which were quickly in the money. So my entry was pretty late because, it kept pushing up and dropping down. I finally got in around here when it pushed up again for the third time. I mean, like I said, I was a little bit late, but still coming away with 70%. I was pretty happy with that. So, what am I looking at tomorrow? I think CPI is coming in our favor. I do think so. It's been a pretty red week. We've seen the stock sell off multiple times. I think tomorrow will be a little bit choppy, but I think once we get that inflation report, inflation news, we will see the push we want to see. So what does that mean for the S&P 500? So we've been in a pretty bearish market the last couple of weeks, last 7 or 8 trading days. I think we do see a push back up to 449 and then slightly higher. Right around this level, around 452, 453. It's a level that where SPY's kind of hung out around. Here you see 453, that level in recent time before selling off. So I do think we can get that $7-8 push, if not just tomorrow, then by Friday as well. But yeah, as I mentioned, CPI comes out tomorrow. I'll be very cautious until the numbers come out. In the meantime, just hang out, chill out, just wait to see what happens, and then make your move. On the other hand, regarding stocks which may not really pay attention to CPI, I would just check out stuff like UPST. If we break below this 200 moving average, it could get very nasty. And I think that's what's going to happen. You can see it back down around $24 very soon. So UPST puts down to $24, could be on the radar. I'm moving over to Block because it was on my watch list for this week. Simple trade again. I mentioned it in my watch list. Puts, and I'm still looking at more puts. We seem to be falling into around support around $61.79, so another $1 drop. But if we get past that, guys, it could get worse, back into the 50s. So like I said, Block is another one I'm looking at. Then lastly, jumping over to Walmart. As I mentioned in my watch list in the Discord once again, we are at the previous highs from, I think, the 52 highs. If I'm not mistaken, it might also be the all-time highs. We zoom out a bit. It may well be the all-time highs. Indeed, it is. So we're at the all-time highs right now. What does that mean for Walmart? Well, in my opinion, if we manage to break that, if we can break that, we could be on, obviously for more all-time highs, but a nice run as well. We may pull back a little bit before that, but I think Walmart could just continue to run. Now, you've got to be careful with this. I'd say manage your risk if you do trade this because there could be ups and downs along the way. As you saw with Exxon, when things do reach all-time highs, they do tend to pull back, and you don't really know where the next resistance will be. But like I said, every time Walmart pulls back, it might be potential adding opportunities. Just check your different charts, your 4-hour, your 30-minute, your 1 hour, your 15-minute, your 5 minutes, depending on how you want to trade it. But as I mentioned in this video and also at the beginning of this week, there looks to be some potential with Walmart. Just look at the 4-hour chart. Steady uptrend over the last couple weeks. Look at the daily chart. Steady uptrend above the moving averages. It is clearly bullish. So yeah, that's mainly it, people. As always, keep your eyes on the sector XLE. Very lovely sector to trade. That energy sector, another steady uptrending pattern after a bit of consolidation throughout June and July. And I'm just intrigued to see how CPI plays out tomorrow. It's going to be an excellent day. Going to be another fun day trading. So if you do want to join us in the Discord, we live trade, we chat there. We have the breakdowns, the charts, the plays, the call outs. We have all of that going on in Discord. Come and check out the Royal Trading Academy. Link is in the description below. We also have the stock option starter pack. If you need that one, grab it. It's 10 videos. You'll have access to those for life. One-time fee, and you'll have access to those videos for life. Wherever you are, wherever you go, you'll have those videos with you. Tells you about how I trade, what I look for in a trade, shows a bit of me live trading, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, follow me on social media at The Wealth Prince on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And then lastly, guys, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, show some love. Drop that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment, let me know your thoughts on the video. And of course, share these videos with your friends. When we eat, they all eat. So let's help them out as well. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you check out last video if you've not seen it already. And be back here next time for another video. I've got one to making, you got one to making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.